Julian, Hard Rockstar Series, Book 3. Written by Jade Allen. Read by D.C. Cole. Chapter 1. I shifted in my chair, looking around at the other members of the band. Ron had just left the room to give you time to discuss the proposition from the label. And true to our forms, we'd all stopped talking altogether. "It's not a bad deal," Dan said quietly, breaking the silence. "Yeah, but fucking Juniper Woolf? Are they even serious with that shit?" Nick shook his head in disgust. I twisted my hip so I could fish a half-finished pack of cigarettes out of my pocket. Alex looked at me as I shook one free of the box and found my lighter. "If we can keep Julian from killing Fran, it might work," Alex suggested. "I won't kill her," I said, lighting my cigarette and taking as long a drag as I could fill my lungs with. "I'll leave her alive." "The only reason they think this is a good idea is because of Jules's rivalry with her," Mark pointed out. "Maybe if you had a filter, dude." "Maybe if I had a filter, I wouldn't notice how much of an attention whore she is." I rolled my eyes and blew smoke through my nose. "We can't do it." "They're promising us an extra $500,000 for the next album if we do," Dan pointed out. "And a bonus if their first album on the label sells 50,000. "We're never gonna see a cent of that fucking bonus, dude," I told Dan. "Who the hell's gonna buy the Juniper Woolf album? Fucking nobody, that's who." I took another drag of my cigarette and shook my head. "Still, just the extra $500,000 is worth it," Alex said. "We could make the next album huge with that kind of money." "That's assuming none of us ends up in prison," Mark said. "Julian is all talk about Fran," Nick told everyone. "He just doesn't want to work with her because he's worried she'll cut in on his wanking time." "Like he'd even hesitate to jerk off with her in the room," Alex said. "If she walked in on me, that'd be her problem," I pointed out. Nick dug a cigarette out of his gig bag and lit it, and for a moment silence filled the room. $500,000 more for the next album," Dan finally said. "Guys, that's not chump change, and you all know it." "Neither is $2 billion, I said, flicking the ash off the end of my cigarette in the general area of the ashtray. "But working with Juniper Woolf..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?